Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm gonna put to the test the new Mcgrath Labs palette. This is Sunlit Seduction, and this is the sister palette to Moonlit Seduction, which is actually my favorite Mcgrath palette. And this, you guys, reminds me a ton of Soft Glam, which is one of the eyeshadow palettes that I would repurchase. It's the eyeshadow palette that inspired me to start creating Franken palettes with my Natasha Denona shadows because I love the color scheme so much. I'm not going to be rambling because I shopped my stash for all of this makeup right here. I just want to do a full face with you guys, getting ready using the Sunlit Seduction palette for the first time. I haven't swatched it, I haven't done anything with it. So if you want to see me getting ready with this palette and then with a lot of different random products that I chose from my collection, then just keep on watching. As always, to prep, I'm using the Buxom Plum Shot, and these will help my lipstick look more pretty at the end and my lips to look more enhanced and fuller. And then for my primer, I'm gonna go back to an old favorite. This is the Professional by Benefit, and this was my first primer ever, and I used to love it. It would be the one that I would repurchase. I would even purchase it in a jumbo size so that it could last me the entire year. And I still really like it. It's just that you start to try new things and then forget about old favorites. I usually apply this type of primer on my T-zone, which is where I get bigger pores, and then here where I have lines on my forehead. And then right here, I also have pores and texture. Before foundation, I'm going in with my LANCOME corrector. I placed it on this little Charlotte Tilbury pot so that I could just use it this way. And that way I will finish it up completely and don't have to squeeze it for half an hour every time I'm gonna use it. For my base, I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever HD Skin. I got this, I think it was last year. And this is one of the newest foundations in my collection. I got this one and the Charlotte Tilbury one that I'm trying to use up. And then this is the one that I've used the least because this is too dark for me. I wanna use it today to see if it will match my tan. But if not, the concealer will lighten it up anyway. The shade that I have is 1Y16. If my light changes, you guys, it's because I have my lamp, but I'm in front of a window, so I can't control natural lighting. Okay, so I think this matches me perfectly right now that I'm a little bit tan. I don't even remember how I feel about this foundation. I just know that it wasn't as I was expecting it to be, and I know that when I try a foundation that it's not the right shade for me, I end up just not liking it. If it's too pink, if it's too warm tone, if it's too dark, if it's too light, then I make it work, but it automatically won't be my favorite formula. And it's not about the formula, it's about the color, but if I don't see myself at my best, then I blame it on the foundation. You guys, you would have to let me know because this is the third Get Ready With Me that I film. So you will probably see it in a couple weeks. But let me know if you have been liking the Get Ready With Me's because those help me shop my stash. And I feel like this is why I started my YouTube channel. Okay, so far I'm loving the finish of it. I don't know if the camera is picking up the right color because I feel like it's too bright. I will lower the exposure after this clip, but I feel the color matches me perfectly on my neck right now, so I will keep pulling this one out and just playing with it right now that I have a tan. You guys, I need to like go to the pool on my building and get a tan so that I can finish all of these foundations that do not match me. For concealer, I'm going in with Swan from the Too Faced Born This Way line. This is my favorite concealer. This is the concealer that I have on my Makeup Artistry kit. That's why you don't see me using the doe food. I have a backup of this one, so I'm thinking about keeping it for myself since it's my favorite. But right now I'm just placing it in a little plastic cap and using it that way. I just feel like the coverage is beautiful. The way that it sets is beautiful. It's matte, but it's not too matte. It's a soft matte. And it lasts all day on my face. For bronzer, I'm using the Beautiful Skin Sunkissed Glow bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury. I have mine in the shade medium. These I wish I had in a lighter shade, but when I was gonna purchase it, the shade Fair was sold out, and it was sold out for I think a year. It was not in stock. And when I finish all of my bronzers, I know I will purchase them, the ones that I love, on a lighter shade. I usually apply my cream bronzer and my cream blush, and then afterwards I apply my concealer just to help it if it's looking too harsh, and I forgot to do so. So I will just go back with my sponge after I blend the bronzer and the blush, because this is looking too dark for me. For blush, I have here the Soft Pop Plumping Veil in the shade Barely Blushing from Makeup by Mario. And it's this beautiful color. I've used this quite a bit since I got it. I think it's one of the most beautiful cream blush formulas. And it's no surprise because this is the same formula as the Skin Enhancer, in my opinion. It's a little bit more dewy, but it's basically the same. And I love that formula. I'm about to finish that product. Probably when you see this video, it's already done and gone. So after that's looking super harsh, I'm gonna go back with my sponge and just blend everything so that it looks more seamless. I'm going back with a little bit of the blush again. To set my face, I'm gonna go in with my Hourglass powder. This is the Veil Translucent. And then for my under eye, I'm gonna go in with the Givenchy Prism Libre in Voila Rosé, which is the one that I'm gonna be using under my eyes to make them brighter. And this Hourglass powder I really love because it's the one that I can use on my clients that have drier skin. So it doesn't quite suit me all the way that I would love for it to suit me, because I love the finish, but I think it ends up letting my oils peek through quicker than my Laura Mercier. But I wanted to do something different. If you have a drier skin type or a normal skin type and you like your makeup to look not powdery, this is the perfect powder. I'm gonna leave that to bake, so we're gonna start our eyeshadow. But the first thing that I'm gonna use before that is the Alter Ego eyeshadow base. And this one, it's affordable, it's lovely, and it works. I've been using it since I pulled it out for the Get Ready With Me that I did first, and I just been liking it. It's creamy, it holds on to eyeshadow. And I always forget I have a coupon code for it. It's Jordana10. I will leave everything linked below. And if you go to the Alter Ego website, you guys, check out the eyeshadow palettes because they're so good and so affordable if you're looking for a dupe for Natasha Denona, Anastasia, or Huda Beauty. Okay, so I want to do something that's pretty but that doesn't pull super pink. So I'm gonna go in with this shade right here and the Morphe M504 and use that as my transition shade. And I'm gonna go out a little bit of my comfort zone because I almost never wear purpley shadows, and this is sort of like a lilac purple shadow. So I'm gonna go in with this rosy bronze color, and then on top of it I'm gonna go in with this one, and we'll see from there. I'm using a shader brush to grab the bronzy pinky shade. It has a hint of pink, but it's more of the color of my eyes for sure. And now grabbing this small tapered blending brush, I'm gonna grab the same shade and I'm gonna blend the edges because I don't like to use a bigger brush for detail work. Sometimes it will mess up my look. For me, each brush has a purpose for sure. You guys, this could be the perfect bronzy brown smoky eye with a hint of a rose. It would look lovely and everyday-ish for me. Even if you use it not all over a super smoky eye look, you could put mascara on, a little bit of blush, and it would, I think, look beautiful. I watched about 2 reviews of this palette because I didn't have time to watch that many videos. I bought it because I love soft glam, and this reminded me of soft glam so much. So yeah, when I'm looking at it right now, everyone was saying that it looked super pink. It doesn't look that pink in my opinion so far with the colors that I chose for my look today. Okay, so now I was thinking about using this gold with pink or this lilac. I'm gonna go for the lilacs because I don't want any pink today on my look. And I bet this has a hint of pink to it, but I'm gonna see if I can place it in the center or all over the lid. I'm gonna just see how it performs. And I'm using my finger. I have here the Lit Clearly Liquid Base. I'm gonna grab a hint of it and see if On my other eye, this will perform better. Well, of course it does. Okay, so you can see that it holds on to it better, but it also does something that I do not like for glitter glues, and it's the reason why I'm thinking about getting the Mcgrath, the little bar, because I don't like when my eyes get wrinkly because I'm applying a glitter glue. Maybe I'm applying too much, I don't know. You guys, this is lovely. I have fallout, but if your makeup is set the right way, I think you will never have an issue with fallout. I do my client's face first, always, and I never have an issue with fallout when I do eyeshadow. Even if they do have fallout, I know that the face is so good and set that I can only swipe it away and it will be gone. Okay, so before we finish the eye look, I'm gonna go back to my face and build my bronzer, my blush, and everything, and then see how much intensity I want on my lower lash line and my liner and whatnot. For bronzer, I have here my Dior Forever Natural Bronze. I love the packaging of these bronzers, and I have mine in the shade 05 Warm Bronze, which I also think it's dark for me, but it's okay. This one is not super pigmented as the Gucci one that I used on one of my Get Ready With Me's. For highlighter, I've been using so much of my Laura Mercier Rose Glow that I wanted to do something different and that it was more on the pink side. So I went in with Tickle from Benefit. If you are into cookie, I have a Tickle versus cookie here on my channel, and you can see the difference between both of them. I love both of them. They are intense, but they're beautiful. And then since I used a code for my palette and then also got a gift with purchase, why not use that gift with purchase? I don't know if this is gonna vibe with the look, but this came with the Mini Divine blush in the shade Paradise Venus, and I wanna use this with the look. I have to be light-handed because I'm thinking that this is gonna be too pigmented and too dark for me, so let's just see how it works on my skin tone. The brush that I'm using is my detail brush from Sonia G, and this is from the Lotus set, but they sell them as singles. I will leave a link below because this is my favorite blush brush. Okay, so yeah, this is super pigmented. This wouldn't be a shade that I would pick up. This is too terracotta for me. This is too deep for me. This reminds me shade-wise to Savage from NARS, which I purchased and I almost never use because it's too intense. Pretty but intense. These for deeper skin tones, you guys. Oh, I bet it looks lovely. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buff the heck out of this face with my Hourglass ambient lighting powder and a dual fiber brush because I truly need to buff my cheeks. I wouldn't like to be this blushy going out, to be honest. So you can see what buffing does. I get the hint of a color, but it doesn't, you can't see where the product begins and where it ends. And then here you can see blobs of the color because it's too pigmented for me. So here I would wear it like this, but I wouldn't wear it like this out. Then I will go back to the bronzer and then grab the blush brush and I will do this so that the eyeshadow doesn't look like it's coming out of nowhere, but that it comes out of my forehead in a way. Brazilian makeup artists call this like infinite blending. And I don't like many things from Brazilian makeup artistry because I've gone to many makeup classes and I think the makeup looks too heavy and too drag for my own taste and for my artistry. But you always learn something from some makeup artists that it just blows you away and you can apply it to your own artistry and to your own style, like anything in life. I'm thinking that this is a type of eyeshadow look that you could pick up this shade right here and make it more winged when it comes to the eyeshadow. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna grab the pinky shade right here, which is the lightest matte color, and it's super, super pink. I'm gonna tap it in the back of my hand and I'm gonna see if I can just drag the eyeshadow a little bit and connect it to the bronzer that I just placed. Since having my baby, you guys, I don't have time to play with makeup. So what I'm doing is, first thing I work out, I take a shower, I do my brows, and then I wait for the person that helps me with my baby 3 times a week to get here. And then she will start playing with him, and I will do my makeup on camera and film another video. And that, I think, will help me get more into loving my makeup application, because I've been rushing through my makeup application since my baby was born. Now that that is done, I'm gonna go back with this one and this one. And then I'm gonna smoke out my lower lash line and connect it to my top eyeshadow game. And let's see how that works. I'm going first with the matte. And now I'm going in with the first shimmer that I used. And you guys, to give myself an inner corner highlight, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. And then maybe on top of it, I wanna put either this pink or this color right here that it looks like a goldish, but it has pink shimmer to it. So let's just see what I feel it's best. So let's just go ahead. I already cleaned the brush, and I'm going in with the lightest shade in the palette. And then a little bit underneath my brows. Okay, yeah, I'm grabbing the pink because this has too much yellow. Even though it switches to pink, it has too much yellow for my taste. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of the pink with the same brush and apply it on top of that shade right there. I can even grab a little bit of the pink and put it right here. So that's the eyeshadow look done. I'm gonna go in with another gift that came with my palette. It's the Mcgrath, and this is the Permagel Ultra Glide Eye Pencil in the shade Extreme Black. It's a mini black eyeliner. You guys know that I will finish this completely for sure. I'm hoping that it's not smudgy, like it won't smudge at me, because I'm hoping for it to be smudgy, but I'm hoping for it to set too. So I'm gonna do this super sultry. So I'm gonna line my upper waterline and my lower waterline with a black, and I will see if I need to define my eyeshadow in case this looks too harsh without me defining it. I changed my mind, so I'm gonna go in with Cocoa Caviar Eyeliner Pencil from Laura Mercier, and I'm gonna use that in my lower waterline so that it can connect to my eye color. That's the perfect shade for this look for sure. And now with a definer brush, this is the REPHR number 29, and the first shade that we use as a transition, I'm gonna make sure that I define underneath the Laura Mercier liner, because I'm thinking that it has a gap underneath, and I don't like that. I want my eyeshadow application to be opaque so that my skin doesn't peek through. You guys, today is one of those days where my wings are not wanting to cooperate. Today I used the McQueen New York waterproof eyeliner. I love these. I have a coupon for Yes Style is Jordana, and you get 10% off. These I buy, when I buy from the site, I buy 4 of these and I keep them as backups so that I can get free shipping. I always make a bigger purchase with these and my makeup remover. So yeah, this is a good one, and it's a way more affordable way to do your wing liner than the KVD, which is a great one, and the Hindash one, which is my favorite. For mascara, I wanted to try this one. This was sent to me at the end of last year or the beginning of this one. This is the Buxom Lash Mascara Blackest Black, and they come up at the end of the year with a set of 2 of these. So I wanted to give it a try since the holiday releases are coming in hot, so that if it's lovely, you guys can pick it up. The wand is huge, you guys. So okay, so it's not fair to give you guys a review when this is brand new. So I feel like it gives me more length. It doesn't get clumpy, which is something that for some reason I enjoy a little bit. I love when my lash hairs look thicker. So I will keep using it to give it the time to dry up a little bit, because mascaras are never the best when they're recently open. But it performed good. I feel uncomfortable with a bigger wand. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on top of the lashes with my Tartelette 2B mascara, which is my go-to favorite right now. This builds beautifully, and the wand is thinner, so I prefer this type of wand. Yeah, that's better. And also, you guys, if I don't like a mascara, I will always finish it up. I will never throw it away or pass it on or whatever, because I have another one of those. If I'm not in love with it, I use it as a primer instead of a mascara. I use another mascara on top. I layer them, but I always finish them. For my lips, I was in between Patrick Ta Oh She's Single, but This is too warm for the look. It pulls too orange on me. So I went ahead and used one of my favorites now. It's the Charlotte Tilbury JK Magic lipstick. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is perfect for this look. So now that this is the finished look, I have thoughts on everything that I used today. So the Makeup Forever HD Skin matches me beautifully, and I really loved the way that it blended into my skin. And it's thinner than what I thought it was. I was remembering this as a thick foundation. Maybe I was applying too much. I forgot how lovely it looks on my skin, the Hourglass powder, and how not powdery it looks. My skin, when you see my skin that it only has foundation and powder in it, it looks just like skin. It doesn't look like I have a ton of makeup on, and powder tends to do that. And sometimes I over apply powder. But this is so thin that it will never look heavy on my skin. The Pat McGrath blush, you guys, the shade ended up looking lovely, but this is not gonna be better for me than Flirtatious or Divine Rose, the ones that I have already. I will keep it and use it, but this is truly deep for me. This box of mascara review will be coming when I keep doing this Get Ready With Me and using it more, but so far I think it's lengthening, but it's not volumizing. The Pat McGrath pigmented, beautiful. I don't know if it will smudge on me. I will let you guys know. And for the Sunlit Seduction palette, you guys, I think if you love the Soft Glam by Anastasia and that color scheme, you will adore this. This is just perfect for me. This is the type of warm palette that I would want in my collection, even being into cool tones, because it's not warm orange. It's warm with rose, and it's warm with sultriness, and it's warm with Sisters of the Bride, Mother of the Bride, and then Maids of Honor. And I almost finished my Soft Glam palette, you guys. The eyeshadows are all with pan in them in the Franken palette that I created with all of my ABH eyeshadow palettes. 2 pans were empty, so I had to replace them with other pigments. It's just lovely, and it's the perfect palette for my job. So I think that this will be the first, maybe those are big words, but this would be the first Pat McGrath palette that I will hit pan on, because I love these for an event. These I would wear for a wedding. This is the makeup look that I would wear for a wedding for sure. It makes me feel confident. It makes me feel beautiful. It enhances my brown eyes. It gives them warmth without being orange. So yeah, you guys, this is just a good palette for me. I haven't tried all of the shades, and I will need to do so. So if you want to see this again in another Get Ready With Me, or you want to see more looks with it, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to know, and I would love to keep pulling palettes out. And if you have a palette that you want me to use on this type of Get Ready With Me, I maybe start doing polls at the end of these videos, so you guys can vote for the next palette. I think that could work fine, and then you guys would be part of the process. So that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy this look. If you love the color scheme, stop thinking about what other people that are collecting all of the palettes think about the palette. Think about this color scheme for you. If you don't have a Pat McGrath palette and you love this color scheme, this is the right color scheme for you. This one is the one that I didn't even have to think about it. The other ones that I've purchased, I wanted to get them because I wanted to try something from Pat McGrath, since everyone was raving about them, and I wanted to try the different palettes and the different formulas, right? But this one I purchased without thinking about it, because I love Soft Glam so much, and it reminded me of Soft Glam right away. So don't think about what other people think. Just make your own opinion about a color scheme of a palette. She has other color schemes, and you don't have to be a collector. If you want a palette from a brand, don't buy all of the ones that everyone have. Just buy the one that suits you and your needs. So that's it, you guys. Remember that I always leave a question in the comment section below so that we can chat about makeup. I hope you enjoy me getting ready with you and creating this makeup look. I love you guys, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.